Hello guys, welcome back to another video, and well, we have another Etsy figure kind of update video. I've been trying to do these every now and then now, because, I don't know, I just kind of want to show updates and stuff, and I usually show them in community posts, but sometimes I want to show them off in, like, videos. So, yeah. Anyway, starting off, like, again, we have, like, a Mattel Antiosaurus. This is, I didn't make this, of course, but, like, just kind of want to show this for scale. Next, we have my Antiosaurus, which actually recently released on the Etsy. It's no longer available, but yeah, this was one of my newer. This is like probably one of my most recent figures to release. You can see that this thing dwarfs the Antiosaurus. Of course, we have a Mattel human figure for scale. So you see, pretty nice. And then we have what I'm currently working on, my Antiosaurus, which you can see dwarfs all three of them by quite a bit. And honestly, in length, it's not even a competition. Like, the Antiosaurus is just so much longer. Like, yet another thing to compare it to. But, yeah, I kind of just finished this. I'm currently working on 2 more for the Etsy. And, yeah, I haven't done the legs for those. But, like, let me actually go grab the 2 I'm working on for the Etsy. Let me just get this stand here. You have something to look at. But, yeah, here are the 2 I am working on for the Etsy. I'm actually a good way done with these. I basically did... The heads actually took me a really long time to do, get them, like, just right for this animal. But, honestly, the neck, body, and tails for all of these, I did in, like, 3 hours. So, yeah. And, well, 4 if you include the legs I did on this guy, too. So, yeah, this is actually a pretty quick one, minus the head, because I'm not really familiar with this genus and, like, really not good at it. But, yeah, this Antiosaurus, you can see, is freaking massive, especially compared to a Mattel human figure. It's definitely a bit oversized. I have a tendency to actually accidentally do that. But another thing to compare it to, just to show how massive it is, here are some Wild Raw figures. This thing is about the same exact size as the Wild Raw Maiasaura. I'd say it's about the same length, maybe slightly longer, but I think about the same length. And in height, of course, the top of the back of the Maiasaur is the tallest point. And like I say, around here, here is about the pretty decent size point. The back of this animal is basically the same height as the back of the Maiasaur at its tallest point. And then the head is not even a competition. So, yeah. Also, here's the Anteosaurus, for a bipedal animal. Yeah, also, about the same size. These guys can look each other, like, actually, basically, go eye to eye. So, yeah, this Antiosaurus is absolutely massive. And I'm just kind of want to show it off more. The only thing on this figure I think I have left to do are the feet. Again, they're here, but I just haven't actually made the toes yet. So, yeah, that's pretty much the actual model I have left to do. And, yeah, just want to show off the articulation as well. Of course, it has neck articulation. I'm going to try to, kind of put that on some of my more larger, my kind of medium-sized figures more often. Like the Antiosaurus. It has the same articulation as the Antiosaurus. Neck articulation and jaw articulation. So, yeah, that. And then the jaw opens, of course. I've kind of been showing off some teasers of this figure for a while, but haven't gotten much done outside the head. So, yeah. Also, looking at my schedule... This figure is somewhat planned to release on the 20th. So, yeah. And that's only in, I don't know, I think a little bit, about a week. A little bit more than a week, perhaps. I tried to release my figures on Monday, so yeah. I tried to expect this guy to be coming out on Monday. Perhaps, maybe a few days earlier, but I'm going to try to aim for Monday. It hopefully shouldn't be late, but again, because these guys are almost done, and I only have a few other things. I might actually show my computer screen over here, because I kind of do want to show everything else that I have planned. I have, a new release schedule, kind of. I have, actual pages done to show off what my release schedule is. So, yeah. Might show that off in a second, but, yeah. You can see this Antiosaurus. Freaking massive. And this is really the big thing I wanted to show off. Let me show off some of the other items that I am actually currently working on. Sorry, I spent so long on the Antiosaurus. I'll keep it in the background, though, because this guy's pretty cool. And I know a lot of you guys have been actually interested in it. We also have this guy, which is I can't remember the name of this guy. It starts with E, but it's a Triassic marine reptile. Honestly, it came off of the base, so yeah, I have to cast this guy pretty soon, because I don't want it to actually get damaged in any way at any point. But, yeah, there's the sculpt for it. It's going to be a casted figure. And, yeah, it's actually a pretty bizarre, Triassic animal, so yeah. Next, we have, of course, another Eurypterid. I swear I can't stop sculpting these things. I just really like making big ones. And, yeah. This is also another figure I kind of plan to release next. You may be wondering, what the heck happened to that Pterygotus I was working on? Well, it is still planned to release. In fact, it's actually way further in production than this thing, yet it's coming out later, because I have a certain kind of theme planned for my Halloween batch, which is not coming out Halloween. I want to also mention the Halloween batch I actually have planned for the Monday after that, so the 27th. So that's when the two batches will be coming out for the Etsy. Those are my two next batches, and my only two batches for October planned. So yeah, but yeah, this is that one sea scorpion. I can't remember the name of it either. Honestly, really bad. I do so obscure species that not even I remember the name of them. But yeah, a few other things. Yeah, again, here's the Pterygotus I was talking about. This is just an extra one I have casted. Well, I already have one casted. This will be on the Etsy whenever. Again, 27th, hopefully. Habertops, which is a giant. I believe this actually is also a Eurypterid. It's a giant one, but I think it's a more of a freshwater one and partially more terrestrial. And yeah, this guy, I did decide to go with the smaller sculpt. I made a accidentally way too big one and decided to make a smaller one. Still don't know what I'm going to do with the underbelly, if I'm going to keep it hollow or if I'm going to fill that in. Probably going to end up filling it in. But yeah. This is just the first cast of it, and yeah, this is another one planned to be releasing in the 20th batch. The next batch coming up with the Antiosaurus. Honestly, if you really want to, you can have Antiosaurus kind of chomping down on this thing. But yeah. Anyways, last thing I think I want to show before I move on to like my computer screen showing my release schedule is the Beelzebufo. I decided to scrap this thing because it looks like absolute garbage, and I think I'm going to try again. This is my second time trying to make a Beelzebufo figure, and yet again, it came out horribly. So, yeah. Anyways, scrapping that thing. Moving on to my actual computer screen where I have basically my schedule coming up for all the Etsy figures. So, yeah, this is slide 1. Pretty much you can see this is what's going to be coming in the next batch. I'm covering something up because I kind of don't want to spoil that, and also I think I'm going to scrap it for now. Like, here's a little teaser of what it is, but yeah, I kind of still do want to do that figure, but it's not coming out yet. I think I still want to work on it more and just make sure it actually comes out well. So yeah. Antiosaurus is going to release with, like, I think it's like, I can't remember exactly what this is, but if you've seen Walkman Monsters, it's with the Gorgonopsid. And I am going to release that guy individually in batch 3 of October, which this is batch 2. Batch 3 is the one coming out on the 27th. Not the next one, but the one after this next one. I'll release it individually with the color scheme from the Walkman Monsters one. But this one's going to come out with a different paint scheme and come with the Antiosaurus. So yeah, again, both the two more arthropod boys, that little Triassic reptile I was talking about. And then up here you have Tactolic. Tactolic is a weird one. I had no idea when I was going to release it. It was originally going to be a December creature, but I thought, why the heck not? Just throw it in here. So yeah. Tactolic is another one I finished a sculpt for a long time ago and I already showed that guy off some. So yeah. Moving on to the next slide. Stop covering it. This is the Halloween batch. I'm going to skip this because I don't want to spoil it too much. Now we have the first November batch. Pretty much for this first November batch, we have, again, this is kind of random. Again, I'm going to try to take a break in November, not doing as many. I did like 3 batches this month, so I'm going to probably just do 2 in November, and I'm still going to be packed November, because I'm going to start working on the December stuff in November. But, yeah, you can see Kentosuchus, a more recently described, prehistoric croc relative, and also just really cool, so I kind of wanted to make a figure of it. Arizonosaurus. This is, if one gets cut from this wave, it's going to be Arizonosaurus. I really do want to make an Arizonosaurus, though I kind of don't know where I want to put it, so maybe here. Cadiorhynchus is the second to last of the like mid-sized synapses I've been doing. Of course, like Antiosaurus is part of this kind of series. I'm kind of like side series, I guess I'm kind of doing. First was Estimatosuchus, then Antiosaurus, then well, you already saw it, but I kind of still don't want to spoil it too much. What I have planned for the last batch, it's going to be the really interesting one. Then Cadiorhynchus in November, and then December is going to have Tapanosaurus. So yeah, you can also see Magyarosaurus, a creature vote winner. And yeah, this is actually one I'm happy won the creature vote. And yeah, next creature vote I am making a rule, and you'll see in the next page why I'm making that rule. But yeah, there's going to be a new rule added to the creature vote. But yeah, anyways, these are the creatures planned. Kind of simple. If anything, Arizona gets cut, and we'll just have these guys. And maybe I'll release. I actually have this one casted figure, the Solorosaurus, or I believe that's how it's pronounced, the creature that Rexes from Primeval. I might throw that in this batch actually instead, since I feel like that would work a little bit better instead of Arizonosaurus. So yeah. Anyways, this is November batch 2, or the Thanksgiving batch. I've kind of held off showing this one for a while, but I guess I might as well reveal it now. Oviraptor, making an Oviraptor figure, and that's going to be the main Thanksgiving one. I thought, hey, it's kind of like a little turkey, would be cool to do. Concavenator, though, is also kind of somewhat feathered a little bit, like, I don't know, just feels like it fits in. And this is the other creature vote winner, and this is why I am banning theropods from the next creature vote. I guess it's not your guys' fault, but kind of tired of doing theropods, and also they always win. It's honestly never even close. Concavenator completely dominated the polls, and I felt like it was kind of unfair. So yeah, theropods are being banned from the next creature vote because again, I just kind of don't want to do them. I don't know when I'm going to do a next creature vote. This is actually again wave. I believe this is wave three. Wave 3 was not supposed to start until December, but I just started it now with like the first few figures I've been releasing this month in October with Estiman and Sugus and stuff. This is like Wave 3, and Wave 3 will continue to the rest of the year. I might do the next creature vote as part as Wave 3 as well, closer to December if these guys go well and are pretty simple. I'm not too packed in December. And just if I have free time in December, I'll do another creature vote. But if not, then it will be like next year for like Wave 4. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, Concavenator, and then you can see what the other one is. Yes, I'm making a Sacabambaspis figure. In fact, I finished the sculpt, but I don't have it out. I don't think I've showed it off yet, but yeah, I'm just going to keep that as a surprise because, frankly, I kind of don't feel like pulling it out right now. But yeah, Sacabambaspis, that little guy is going to also be in November. You may be wondering, okay, Oviraptor makes sense, kind of like a little turkey. Concavenator also somewhat of like a sparsely feathered dinosaurs, another theropod. Still kind of works. What the heck does Sacabambaspis have to do with the holiday? It's a literal jawless fish. That is like the furthest thing you can get from having Thanksgiving dinner. But yeah, I thought it would just be funny to have Sacabambaspis. Actually, in fact, before Concavenator won the creature vote, I originally planned Cardiorhynchus to be there, so it could be literally just like two very goofy Paleozoic creatures released together, but ended up getting split up. So yeah, who knows? I think I'm gonna keep it here for the Thanksgiving batch, though you never know. I might end up changing my mind and putting it in the first part of the November batch, and then just have these two. Who knows? Don't really know yet. Next, we have the not Christmas batch, the December batch, and then the Christmas batch will be coming after that. Yeah, this guy right here, I might move back to November, but yeah. Pretty much, I'm not gonna spoil the Christmas batch because there's a lot of creatures I've been holding off or only slightly teased. Maybe I'll look over to the slide and see if I want to reveal stuff there. But yeah, Christmas batch, or I have it labeled as Christmas batch one up here. But I mean this is more like a December batch. This is pretty much just several figures I'm going to be releasing a little bit earlier in December, and then the Christmas batch will be releasing closer to Christmas, and that batch is massive. And I kept this one pretty simple. Glyptodon literally had like a spur of a moment idea of just wanting to do a Glyptodon. So yeah, I sculpted the shell and tail for it. Haven't casted that yet. And yeah, those guys are going to be releasing in December, like earlier on in December. But I like a Smilus. I get a lot of requests for cats and like prehistoric mammals and stuff. I don't like doing them often, but I want to give a shot at like at least I like a Smilus. I feel like that's a doable one. Again, so it's Ravik. Cedotherium, but the smallest species of Cedotherium that lived in like the largest saltwater lake that ever existed in Earth history. I just like this guy, and I really like whales, and I really want to make this figure. And yeah, might end up in this batch. Again, you can see this is the mammal batch. I don't do mammals too often, so this is basically the most mammals I've done in a batch so far. So yeah. And then last we have Ozoraptor. I kind of forgot about Ozoraptor's existence until like, I don't know, more recently, and I was like, oh my goodness, I should make Ozoraptor. It's literally just like a tiny Abelisaur. Or at least, probably, it might be an Abelisaur. Anyways, you already know what color scheme I'm going with that one. Literally the only Ozoraptor depiction. Don't know what color scheme I'm going to go with these other ones, though. Actually, I know what I'm going with this guy, which is going to be moved back. But the other ones, I don't really know what color scheme I'm going with. Real fast, I decided I'll give little teasers of, like, accidentally went forward a few pages to some other stuff. But, yeah. Kind of don't want to spoil everything I have done for the Christmas, I planned for the Christmas batch. So I'm just going to tease a few things that I have planned. First, Anomalocaris. I've been meaning to re-release this guy forever. Also got to re-release Jackalopterus at some point too. But yeah, Anomalocaris is one of my older ones. Wasn't the best figure, and I want to make a revamped version. I feel like Christmas time is a good time to do it. Of course, we have Tympanosaurus, one of, if not the largest Dimetrodon relatives. An absolutely massive animal. Really cool. Again, kind of trying to move around. This thing's going to be releasing next alongside it. Toxicoprion, a little relative of Helicoprion, of course. And then Metriorhynchus. And you can probably see some of the other stuff down there. But yeah, Metriorhynchus, a marine crop relative. So yeah, that's pretty much my entire like schedule for the rest of the year, pretty much for Etsy figures. I do want to mention that I have a tendency to just do things randomly and spur of the momently. So honestly, there's honestly a whole bunch of other creatures that will probably end up getting added in or removed or rearranged and stuff, and I do that all the time. So don't be surprised if anything changes on this list. The October batch, again, I already removed one creature from it, and yeah, you can already see which one I'm, like, you couldn't see, I kind of teased it, but you already see that I'm removing that as I was just doing the video. For the October, like the Halloween batch, there's like 1 or 2 creatures that could easily get taken off or removed or moved around. For the November batch, already Arizonosaurus could possibly get removed, Saccopambastus could get moved around. For the Christmas batch 1, the Slurceravix could get removed or moved around. And for the Christmas batch, there's several creatures that could easily get removed or moved around. So yeah, there's honestly just a lot of things that could change leading up. So yeah, there's creatures that can be added, creatures that can be removed. And again, I still have to put the polls up soon for what the large creature for the Etsy is going to be. Again, I'm banning large theropods, so I might actually take out the half of the roster, because pretty much the roster for, I do want to do one really big creature for Christmas, and my options are like several prehistoric mammals and then several theropods. I think I'm going to cut like all of them, the theropods off. I originally had like Eutyrannus, Nanugosaurus, and Sinotyrannus. I think I'm going to just take those off of the option, since I don't want to do another large theropod. So yeah, it's probably between the mammals, the Umbellitherium, Ermatherium, Megatherium, and Elasmotherium. So yeah, those are going to be the creatures. I'll probably put a poll up at some point for which one will get made for the Christmas. I'm definitely leaning towards, honestly, I really like all of them, but kind of Umbellitherium and Elasmotherium right now, though. I don't know. Also, I know I said I was about to wrap this video up, but there's a few other things I wanted to kind of show off and mention. You've probably seen it on the Etsy, and I've done a few videos talking about it. Some of my older figures I've been like re-releasing on the Etsy. I originally didn't plan on selling them, but some of them I just don't have any use for, or just plan on making a different version of it at some point, and just kind of just don't need the figure anymore, and thought, hey, might as well sell it off. But yeah, I just want to show off a few of those coming to the Etsy. Utah Raptor. This is my old Utah Raptor. I got the rebirth one, so yeah, didn't need this figure as much. And I might do a revamped Utah Raptor in the future. I don't know yet, but yeah. I also I fixed the jaw articulation, because the jaw articulation was messed up on this figure. So yeah, I just gotta paint over that and do a few other touch-ups on the paint. And this figure will be coming to the Etsy. Honestly, I don't know. It might be coming out in actually, I think it probably is going to be coming this next batch coming out. Another one is my Rajasaurus figure named Chester. This one actually needed a lot more edits to it. So yeah, this one is edited. This is going to get painted over, of course. This is like, it's going to have this color scheme like the red and black still. I'm just going to like continue it over to the white parts and stuff. But yeah, this figure just has jaw articulation now. And yeah. And then a figure that a lot of people have been asked, well, at least like 1 or 2 people have been asking me to sell, and I kind of haven't been wanting to do it since I kind of like the figure, but I decided I probably am going to end up putting it up on the Etsy. My Deinosuchus figure. And this is definitely one of my favorite ones, though it is very oversized. Again, I have a tendency to oversize figures. And I think I'm going to redo this figure in the future, just smaller. That's literally the only thing I've changed about this thing, just make it smaller. Again, I really like the tail articulation and stuff. And yeah, this figure will again be coming to the Etsy pretty soon. And this one basically needed no edits, because I basically love this figure. Doesn't really need to change anything. Literally just did some changes to the underside so that the mouth can stay closed, and now the articulation works better. It could articulate before, it just the mouth would stay open pretty much 24/7, but I made some edits so that the mouth can actually like be held closed. So yeah, that's pretty much everything for the Etsy now. I actually do want to end the video now because it's getting a bit long, and I kind of wanted this to be a shorter one. But yeah, that's pretty much just all my updates for the Etsy. And yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.